Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversation with the Ancients. Today we have Sunpsychic Jean with us. So it's going to be a fun show. Can't wait to start. Sorry, we were a little technical issues. No big deal. But we're here and welcome, welcome, welcome. Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate all you being here today. So we're going to talk about goddesses, some of our favorite, each of our favorite goddesses, I suppose, the ones that inspire us. But that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to let Jean start out because she is high as a kite from the show she just finished.
Oh, wow. Yeah. If anybody didn't get a chance to see Sherry Trancing with Spirit coming on my channel, or we shared the simulcast, but she was on my channel at 12:30 Eastern this morning, and it was an amazing show, if I do say so myself. And we were doing some readings, and it just spurred off into this educational and philosophical kind of overarching kind of themes throughout the whole show. And everybody in the chat were saying, that resonates with me too. I'm so glad I'm here. This is what I needed to hear. This is why. It was like, oh my gosh, it just developed into something of its own. And you know who Rishi Laurie is? If he's here now, Rishi was the one who started it all. And Lark was there. He says, I was feeling it too. It was really amazing. There's a lot of information that's just pouring through, I think.
Well, it's not surprising that it's pouring through with the astrological
things set up
going on this weekend, because we just had a full moon too. And all these solar flares are hitting us. There was 3 C's and 2 M's yesterday, or 3 M's as well yesterday, M class solar flares. So we just keep getting bombarded with higher frequency vibrations, which I think is making the messages come through.
Wow. Interesting. I often wonder, I think I'm going to do like an intensive maybe just a meditation, I guess you would call it, or a connection with my guides, and see if there's something that I'm missing here, because it's just hard for me to determine exactly what is happening at this time for all of us. And it's not happening to everybody all the time, but it is very sporadic.
I just think it's the massive vibrations we're getting, changing our DNA. I think it's their downloads are it's changing our DNA to a more crystalline DNA. That's the information I get.
Okay.
And that's why there's so many symptoms of it, with the headaches, the tingling, not feeling grounded. I think that's probably the best thing I'm sorry, Heather.
That's okay. Go ahead.
To ground yourself.
I was going to say, I just figure there's something going on, and I just go with the flow. There's no sense in fighting it. Just go. So if I find that I take a nap, which I don't do, it happens. Now that's how, as far as naps and me, I had to be really, really sick, exhausted, or pregnant, which is how my mother-in-law figured out I was pregnant.
I don't want any of the above.
Pregnant? Yes.
That's funny.
Christine first of all, I want to say hi to Ness, Lark, and Emmy J, and Indigo Jaguar. Thank you. And Nessa has a question. Christine had a question. How do we activate crystalline DNA? I don't know that we can do anything ourselves to activate it. I think it's activated by our frequency. So maybe raising meditation and raising your frequency as much as possible by doing the things that make you happy. That's how we raise our vibration, through acts of love, whether it's for ourselves or somebody else. And I'm talking acts of love, like taking care of yourself, dancing, singing, doing those things that bring you bliss. Ladies, what do you say?
I say I'm going to look it up and see if it's worth doing a show about crystalline DNA.
There you go.
I think it absolutely is.
That's
So
what I was doing. I was writing down anything
that-
that pops up when we're in a discussion. I just write down, and that's where a lot of these ideas come from. Is it?
Thank you, Christine. Can you answer anything?
That is a really good show idea. Well, the only thing that came to me spontaneously was drinking lots of water and grounding. Believe it sounds counterintuitive because we want to become lighter and we want to become closer to spirit, but grounding, the Gaia's energy and is the connection that we need in order to activate and to solidify and to marinate with that new DNA, that new crystalline DNA. It's really required, and Gaia needs it. And this is why we're here. We're the conduits. We're the connection between the spiritual and the physical. Humanity is both, and we're here to ground these energies. So, water, grounding, soaking in a salt bath, having root vegetables, these kinds of things, feet on the grass, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And since in the city, that's almost impossible to do. I find that Priscilla gave me a grounding rock that I keep in my pocket all the time.
Ooh,
Because I need it. Because I am one person who is not grounded. And as much as often as I can, I heat up the salt blocks and just sit with my feet on top of them for about 20 minutes.
That's a great idea.
In order to ground myself for a bit, because I tend to fly a lot.
Yeah. So, you heat up salt blocks. What's a salt block?
Just a second. I'll be right back. I'm sorry for leaving. I'm going to get one.
That's interesting. Hi, Vibin. Nice to see you. You're going to want to see this one.
Hi, Vibin. Hi, Vibin and Bora Bora.
And Jaguar, Hypnicity. You're going to want to watch this one too. Oh my gosh, she's not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Are those like cooking blocks?
No, actually, these blocks, they were showing pictures of them building bathrooms walls with them. They're salt.
Yeah.
And you can get them on Amazon. I bought 2 of them, one for each foot, because my feet fit on them perfectly. They're not too long because my feet are so short.
That's a great idea.
And they're almost Himalayan, as wide as the block. So
Himalayan salt block.
Mm-hmm. And I just stick it in the microwave for about 30 seconds or a minute. It takes almost a minute to warm up because your feet get cold if you don't warm them up first. And then you can't leave your feet on them.
I love that.
And I just leave them on for 20 minutes.
Hold that up for me.
Hold it up.
Let me see it again. Hold it up. Look at that. It almost looks like rose quartz, but now I can see it's Himalayan sea salt. And, it's like a salt lamp. I have salt lamps. I use them all the time. They're right there.
Me too.
Okay.
But, I just use this and it will help detox you too.
That is such a great idea when you can't actually get outside at concrete jungle or whatever.
Like come in.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah, because that way you can just heat them up, sit down. And if you want to watch TV,
everybody's going, that is great. Oh, wow. What a fantastic idea. Thank you.
But I have 2 of them, one for each foot.
That was brilliant, Heather. And did your guides or angels tell you to do that? Or did you read about it?
Well, guides and angels have always been saying you need to ground. White dragon. Told me about putting them on salt. And so I was trying to figure out how to do salt. And you can either stick your feet in salt, forget it. Or you can get like the salt blocks and just
like the fact that you warm them up. I always have cold feet.
Yeah, but they'll warm up, but they don't get hot. Even I just wait and see if they're warm enough, and but they hold the heat so that while you're warming up the other one, that one doesn't seem to get any less. And once you have them warm and you put your feet on it, it's
I was just going to do that. I love it. This city has an earthing mat. I love those. I had earthing sheets, but they went when I left Key West. But those earthing sheets, all these are great ways to stay grounded. And earthing sheets also, and a grounding mat, I'm sure, help you sleep. Oh my goodness, does it help you sleep?
I think Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, has one of those that she puts underneath all of her bedding and then puts all the layers of bed on top. And then she plugs it into the wall. And I'm like, you what? She said,
No,
yeah, it's the
plug it
grounding.
into the grounding hole in the wall. And mine actually had a little snap on the sheet, the corner of the sheet, the bottom sheet. And that's how I plugged mine in. It also had pillowcases, and I never used it on the pillowcases. And the reason why is I could hear it.
Oh,
I could hear it on a pillowcase, but it didn't bother me on the sheet.
Well, there are some blessings to being deaf. I don't hear my CPAP.
True
well, that was
story.
fabulous. And see this spontaneity. See how we just got into this amazing share. And this is what happened with me and Sherry from Trancing with Spirit. It was really very good. And I could see myself like buying bags of pink Himalayan salt and putting my feet into the crystals, but they might be a little sharp and they might stick to your feet coming out,
They
you
stick
know?
to your feet. So you don't want to do that. This one just is just so much easier.
Yeah, and it's cleaner, neater. It's not, you don't have
Very,
little
And
salt
it's
crystals.
Himalayan salt. It's just full of good things.
Yeah. So, and like I said, you can get it on Amazon, so I'm sure you can get it other places. So
You get like a cotton either towel or a cotton
Like a
pillowcase
cotton
and
bag.
put the Himalayan sea salt in it and put your feet on it maybe. But then you
Mhm.
would be that's amazing. Really nice.
Yeah, this is a great show. Let me put this up. Excuse me. Yes, the grounding sheets work. Heather says, we've been wanting to get a grounding mat for a few years. There's a great documentary called Earthing that introduced us to the mat. If you haven't seen that show, I think you could probably see it on YouTube if you
Yes.
yeah.
if you just
All I'm
Google
saying is these are cheap. It's
searched
an
it.
easy way to go.
How much is one of those blocks, do you think? Do you remember? Any idea?
Just a second and I'll look it up.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Just give me a second.
Yeah, I mean, these little salt lamps are like between 20 and 50, but they're heavy as I'm surprised you're holding that up because they are very heavy, these salt
Yeah,
lamps.
they're heavy. Super heavy.
But there's two of them. I have a tray that I stick them on so that leaves the carpet alone. But
she has it all over. You should
great.
videotape this and then share it with all of us.
It is. Oh yeah.
$23 a pair
on Amazon.
and they do come in pairs.
That's brilliant. I'm going to get some.
Okay, so Denise McMullen
found it
said
for
29. So I guess it depends on if you're in Canada. Maybe somebody's in Canada.
I mean, you even get cutting boards with it. But like the Himalayan, they're about
yeah. Well, people use it to cook things in the oven with. They use those salt slabs to cook.
Just a second. I'll come back here.
Arlene bought the sheets after watching that earthing video. If you haven't seen it, it's worthwhile. You don't have to get the sheets after watching it, but it's information.
Blocks that you can just put your foot on. But I just wanted it for grounding because I don't ground real well by myself. She'll tell you I fly.
Wow. Well, how did we even get on that subject? We're about 15 minutes into the show. We haven't
even started. I love it. But the show's about the goddesses we like. The goddesses we relate to. Doesn't it make sense? Have you heard us talk about a goddess yet? Sorry. But
well,
what great information. And
as
cold as my feet are in Colorado, I can't wait to get upset at those.
Oh yeah. They just keep your feet. They just stay warm. And it's nice. I mean, you can sit there for 20 minutes or even longer, but you don't need anything more than 20 minutes. But
Right.
it really does help you ground and pull stuff out of your feet. Although it's not dirty or anything, my feet don't sweat, but it does help detoxify.
Wow, that sounds lovely. Well, today, if you don't mind, if we can move along, I'm just going to talk a little bit about our favorite goddesses and why, and what Priscilla and Heather and I all love our goddesses. So we chose something. We're going to be showing some cards. We're going to be showing some actual, figurines, but I'm going to start with, what I love is the photos. And I do have a lot, but I'm just going to move through them quite quickly for everybody. And this is green Tara. This is a green Tara. And let me see if I thought I could do the thing. And this is another rendition. I'm doing a green Tara. I'm doing a couple of them. So I'll do a different renditions. Here's another one. Here's a green Tara statue. And then here is a Tara. And I think this is a white Tara or a green Tara. I can't tell. So I kind of stuck it in the middle. And this is a statue. And notice the mudras, the hand positions. And I'll show you the goddess that I have. And here's green Tara. And she's a feminine, divine feminine goddess. And then this is Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is the goddess of compassion and love. And she's just absolutely, this bottle is filled with love and compassion. And this is here because she is often seen levitating. Like when she meditates and focuses, she's often seen levitating. And I should have another picture of that coming up.
Can't ground
either. This is another rendition of Kuan Yin. You may have seen different things, different, evidence of
a lot of
Kuan
times
Yin.
She's coming out of a lotus too.
Yep, this is the lotus. This is Kuan Yin. It's just beautiful. All the different, and this is the traditional with the, this headdress, and then the willow branch, and then the vial of compassion, the vessel of compassion. And this is another one. I'm just going to move through these quickly, and I will go back to the ones that are really very meaningful to me. And this one looks like a Tibetan or in Nepal, perhaps. And they come from a little bit different traditions, and they come, with a little bit different flair. But this one, I have something like this, and I should have the exact one that is floor to ceiling in my meditation room. Is she's the one who called me in first.
She's beautiful.
Forget where I am. Here I am. Let me just move down. Okay. And here, this is the exact one that I have on my wall, floor to ceiling. This is the exact one. And she's a divine feminine. And, I'll just tell you this briefly. I know nobody's going to tell anybody, but sometimes I had like body image issues, and I didn't really like the way I looked. And, I was kind of like hating myself and stuff. And that's not good. You can't be spiritual and do that. You really have to change and appreciate the divine feminine of who you are, as you are, the way you are, the color of your hair, the shape of your eyes, and everything. And she had tried to remind me of this, and the way I adored and respected and honored her in her form, I then learn to honor and appreciate me in my form.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
No, it's hard. I bet every woman in here has had those same feelings, and probably men as well, because it's beat into you on the television how you're supposed to look. Everybody's supposed to look this way. So yay when you can get away from that.
Exactly. And that she came in. Now, this is very traditional, or
That's traditionally Hindu.
Hindu, yeah. And this is getting into a little bit more of who I saw. Now, this is Lakshmi, and she is coming in. She came into one of my meditations, and she was an absolutely long, dark hair, beautiful eyes, and the glow on her face. She came to me actually during a shamanic journey and came to me and just smiled at me. And I never saw anything so beautiful in all my life. Now, she didn't have this headdress or the outfit on. I just saw her long black hair and her absolute, it's not the divine beauty of her facial features. It was her divine beauty that came through. It was
that
the
was shining
luminescent.
through.
Yes, it was the glow shining
Absolutely.
through. And and this is Lakshmi, and this looks a little bit more of like how, and she did not have a headdress on, but I saw she came to me in a meditation very much like this. And
Wow.
I searched and searched and searched for goddesses to find out who it was. And I finally found her. And it wasn't long after that that I eventually worked in a company that
Lakshmi
was,
is the goddess of abundance.
yes,
Lakshmi is prosperity, and she's all about visualizing, doing the work to visualize prosperity and everything you see, and using that gratitude.
Yeah, and not and forget about worrying, because everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, where's my Lakshmi card? Here's one. I have my Ascended Masters deck, so here she is and she is a flow of prosperity. Isn't she gorgeous? And you can see she's coming out of a lotus as well, I believe.
And these are all incarnations or in they're all the divine feminine from different traditions and different
and this is her from the Oracle deck.
Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Oh, let me get you in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Put it in front of your hand. Put your hand in front of it. And
back of it, Heather. No, it doesn't have.
Yeah, that's a little better. Wow. It must be a green background on the card.
Well, it's water, so it's blue-green. That's why you don't see it.
Yeah.
All you can do is see the mountain, the elephants, and her. There are 2 elephants by her head.
Cool.
And sun.
So I'm just going to stop there. Now, I do have several more, but I'm just going to tell you a little story about, that she came to me in a meditation, and that it was during a shamanic journey, and she came to me, and it was so inspiring. And the love that I felt from her was it changed me. It changed me in a way that I just can't describe. And I was obsessed with trying to find out who she was, because I knew she had a message for me. And it was the divine feminine. It was the message of the divine feminine coming through. And then when a few years later, I was having an acupuncture appointment, and I was in a lot of pain. My back was killing me. I couldn't move. And, those needles are not fun sometimes. And,
no, they're not.
And all of a sudden I felt this euphoria, and I felt this woman come right up to my face, right very close to my face, and just smile with such love. And that glow came through again.
Wow.
So, the practitioner leaves the office when you have the needles in, and you just relax a little bit. And then they come back in to take the needles back out. And I said, have you ever had anybody say that they see people in here? She goes, oh yeah, that's all the time. I'm like, okay. But it was an introduction. And for them to come to me in that state, I was in a meditative state, obviously relaxing with the needles in. But it really helped me to dive in and to find out as much as I could about them as possible. And I always have, the divine feminine, the Lakshmi kind of goddess. Now, this is the green Tara, and this is the goddess of compassion, but they're all the goddess of compassion. And this is the lotus. And thank you. This is the lotus that she comes from, and this is the mudras that are of compassion. And I don't know all of the symbology, but this one I think is either Tibetan or a different tradition. And I have this kind of a Lakshmi, and this is just a souvenir. It's a traveler's souvenir, or but it is she's the goddess of prosperity, and she has the coins in her hand, and she has 4 arms. I mean, it's just a matter of size, is what I said. I said, try and get me the smallest one you can. So then another friend of mine went over and they got me this. Look how tiny it is. But I'm going to try and show you. And this is the Lakshmi. Look at her. Is she fabulous? I know you probably can't see her.
She is. Just tilt her to the side a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. She is really cool. And I needed something small to put like right beside my computer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the way that she's gilded, I'm sure that's just base metal. It's not gold, but the way that she's gilded is really
perfect for the prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliant. I love her.
Yeah. So anybody else resonate with Kuan Yin, the green Tara, the white Tara, the Lakshmi? And I do have one other little surprise goddess at the end, but
here is my Kuan Yin out of the Doreen Virtue Ascended Masters deck.
Yeah.
Wow, she's beautiful, all in white. I was told to wear white today for Kuan Yin.
Oh my God, I'm wearing white too.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
How odd.
That's okay. I'm wearing purple. White is not the
anyway.
Best
She's the goddess of compassion, but she's let it go. Just forgive and let go. Forgiveness.
Can you read a little bit about her?
Yeah, and I was going to say I must be the background because background's purple. Had to be white or purple.
Did you want to read a little bit about her, Jean?
Or I can. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, please, Heather. If you have it there, that'd be great.
Goddess of compassion. So release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that's within everyone. And the message from her is gentleness is the strength behind true power. And it comes from feeding yourself with nourishing words, thoughts, deeds, intentions, and all forms of food. Shield yourself from harshness by placing an intention to attract only kind and gentle life lessons and relationships. Transform harshness into gentleness by refusing to see anything but the shining light that's within each person and situation. This intention begins with your relationship with yourself. Be very gentle with yourself in all ways. Be happy, be kind, be sweet, but most of all, be true to you. And about her, she's the Eastern goddess. Kuan Yin hears all prayers and is in the essence of purity, nurturing love, and gentle power. She's Bodhisattva, meaning that she's eligible for Buddhahood. Yet she has vowed to stay near Earth until all beings are enlightened. And this youthful and beautiful goddess helps us feel compassion and mercy towards ourselves and others. She's also a protectress of women and children, and she awakens musical interests and abilities as well as psychic clairvoyance. And what they were talking about in the beginning was very much like what I was doing when I was teaching special ed. You have a different attitude towards them. You just work with them. Every day is a new day. It could be every hour is a new hour, So
that was very well said, and I felt it really resonated with me. And it's a lot of the teachings that I've learned from Lakshmi and Kuan Yin along the way, and the Green Tara, and they all resonate with me equally. Not Lakshmi and Kuan Yin a little bit more than the Green Tara, but
alert from low battery.
What?
It's just telling me something. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I forgot to plug it in. I'll take care of that.
That's all right. And it is it's just beautiful that these goddesses, now what it is a physical or human humanoid representation of an energy, of a consciousness. Now, Kuan Yin, Green Tara, Lakshmi, all of these are divine feminine deities, and they all have similar energies and qualities. And if different religions were introduced, or maybe even saw visions of them in their own tradition, and they make them look represent them and look like them, just like Mother Mary is also a divine feminine. There's several divine feminines that we all that we choose to interpret into our own likeness, but it's the energy, it's the frequency, it's the consciousness of this teaching that they want to incorporate in with humanity. It's mind-blowing, really. So do you want me to just go on to some of my other pretty pictures that I have?
Something else. I've muted you, Heather, while you're doing your thing. So, oh my God, look at that.
So let me just jump around a little bit and then I'll come back. Here's a couple more of
look at that.
Yeah, I think that's Kuan Yin. When you see that vessel, Kuan Yin holds the vessel and the branch, and Lakshmi has all the riches and the gold and the other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that one. That's very traditional. Beautiful. I have a lot of these traditional ones. That one's beautiful. But I kept doing this because I was looking for the one that represented the image that came to me in my meditation. And I think that this one was the one that I felt resembled her the most. And I couldn't find this long-haired, beautiful deity that matched what I saw.
Right.
But yeah, this is Lakshmi with the gold in there too. Yeah. So this is my little surprise deity. Do you know does anybody know who that is?
Just a second. I saw that.
It's got to be a Celtic deity. I don't know.
I know I saw it. It had to do with Earth.
Anybody in the chat know who that
is? That it? Mawu or something?
It's Gaia. It's the goddess Gaia.
Gaia.
Okay. It is Gaia, 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 Gaia. This is a representation of Gaia. Also, the green man. Also, this is a representation of Gaia.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Wow.
This is the green man, and he has come to me in a reading that I did with I hope this doesn't get us in trouble, but I mean those things. I don't think so.
I don't care.
It's just a tree. But this is just exactly, it's just amazing. Oh, I couldn't believe that when I found that. And this is Gaia. And this is, all of her nature and creation and, fertile and life, life-giving. And when I saw this one, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that.
I've never seen that either. It's beautiful.
And this is her essence. This is the soul. And Gaia is a deity. Gaia is a consciousness. Gaia is a living, breathing entity.
Absolutely.
And she manifests as Earth. And it was during one of my shows with Daphne, and we were doing the flower essence, and we did she had an event where you would do a meditation with the flower essence. And I told her, I said, when I was listening to the meditation, I was listening to the music, and I was focusing on the flower. And when the flower came up and met me, it was unexpected. It almost like it came from behind, and it like faced me. And it showed me the flower was a creation from Gaia, was a, what was it that I called a creation? A nature's creation. And they told me that I too am nature's creation. We come from the earth like the flower. The flower has a
Absolutely, we do.
consciousness like we have a consciousness. It blew my mind. If you go see the show, you could see my mind is like blown. I was like,
I love it.
it was so profound. I know I'm abbreviating it just because I don't want to take up all the time, but it was
Take as
really
much time as you like.
that nature, the nature,
Beautiful.
the aspect of nature's creation that is within me, I met and I felt like the vibration, I felt the resonance, I could feel
Mhm.
it. Oh, Hi Byron says, I saw a tree spirit once and I had a conversation with Gaia, but didn't realize the tree spirit was Gaia representing as a nature's tree spirit. Wow. Wow.
That's beautiful.
I think it was a representation of an image, I think.
Mhm.
Um, this is not hard and fast the only thing that there is. It was just, this is what I felt. This is what Gaia represents herself as, or what Gaia might look like, or the goddess of and the energy and the consciousness of Gaia might look like.
Right. Right. Hypnicity says, I see your face in trees sometimes. Me too.
That's amazing.
I never saw her in palm trees. Isn't that weird? Palm trees were just kind of this innocuous, I don't know,
Mhm,
they didn't feel like trees to me
mhm.
for some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah. So all of them, and you know, the ones that came to me in my third eye, in my vision, in my meditation, in my when I was doing a reading, and the energy that I feel when I'm in my meditation is more real than anything I can ever describe. It's almost like when you have a dream and it's actually a visitation and you never forget it. It's like
Yeah,
yesterday it happened. You'll never forget it. Was that profound. It's that energetic um, frequency that you feel along with the image that is like, you just saw something that was really high vibrational. It's really
it's that unconditional love that I feel when that happens, that surrounds them, that I think it's not just unconditional love, it's and compassion. Feeling that compassion that they're throwing at us as well, or they're
acceptance.
vibing.
Mhm,
Yeah, it is, you don't forget it.
mhm,
Well, I have a couple other, that you didn't actually bring up,
mhm.
and, one of my favorites is the Pallas Athena, who is also an asteroid. Aren't we gonna talk about Pallas Athena, the asteroid, on Tuesday, Heather,
Uh,
or that group?
yeah, but it
Anyway,
says Palace. It doesn't say Palace Athena, but yes.
um Pallas Athena was a Grecian goddess of wisdom and the patroness of Athens, but she was a war goddess, using wisdom instead of weapons to win conflicts.
Wow.
Yeah,
I,
she's
I,
badass.
yeah, I remember when we would study different things in English class and stuff like that. I always related to Athena to a certain extent. She stood out to me about even about the other ones. Athena always stood out to me, but
And what I like about her too is she's like detached from the drama. We
yeah.
don't need war. We need to talk it out and detach
Mhm.
from the
Dismiss
drama. Yeah.
It's as simple as that, everybody. Just
It's
detach from the drama.
it
It's as simple as that.
really is.
No drama,
Oh.
no fear.
Too bad that so many people can't get that.
Mhm.
Do you have her, Heather? Did you get anything on Athena?
It says inner wisdom. You know what to
Oh,
do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. which I'm always pulling the card that says you have everything you need inside you. Just go inside.
I find that a lot lately is that readings keep pointing to going within.
Yeah, go within. You already know. Just need to answer your own questions. So,
yeah. So that's Athena. She's brilliant.
Let me see if there's anything else it says. It says basically what they said about her. She's happy to help you, but she doesn't need to. And she keeps telling you, I'm thrilled to help, but look inside. You've got the answers. I'll help you, but you don't need me. It's basically what she's saying.
Yeah. These are pictures, and this one I think is in Rome. And she was really worshipped as a badass. I love her.
Yeah. I was just going to ask you if she was from the Greek pantheon or the Roman pantheon.
Well, this says that she's Greek. She's Greek and she's the daughter of Zeus. She also has a lot of power with animals, and her power animals, the white owl and black pigeons. And she'll help you resolve disputes. She's also for protection. And she's good with helping with creative things such as writing, arts, and crafts.
Yeah. The way she looks at things is look at it as a movie that's going to have a happy ending, or at least a resolution at the end. Look at all the situations, all the conflicts. Don't get pulled into the various plots, twists, turns, and characters of drama in front of you. Just view it like a movie. And that is such a great outlook to have about life in general, because otherwise you can get sucked into the drama way too easy.
Well, isn't that what we've been asking everybody to do? Step back and look at it
from the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So this one says, Pallas Athena is the Grecian goddess of wisdom who became the patroness of Athens in a contest with the ocean god Poseidon. The term Pallas is one often given to Greek deities, and her more common name is simply Athena. She's a war goddess who uses wisdom instead of weapons to win conflicts. Call upon Pallas Athena for help with any conflict or any situation calling for wisdom. Oh, you mean everyday life. Hello. Right? And then I also have, and Heather can relate to this. Let me see if she's here.
We're both horse people.
The goddess Epona. Can we do this? Oh, that's cool. Except for she won't.
Over to, there you go.
She won't come into.
Back her up just a little. There you go.
Wow. Wow.
She's riding a unicorn. And she's actually crystals, all about the crystals and elementals. She's the fairy Celtic queen, goddess of horses, environment, and nature spirits, or elementals. But that's why Heather and I like her, because we were both horse people. We both raised horses and
rode in shows and things like that.
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
She was our goddess of the horses.
That's amazing that you found those stone carvings. They're probably original from when she was walking the earth. My gosh.
That wouldn't surprise me. I don't remember what they said about, if there was anything they said about these. That really looks Roman to me, the way the horses are shaped rather than Celtic.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with Celtic art really, but the way these horses are shaped looks super Roman.
Right.
I don't know.
And I was going to, for answer Denise's question, depending on the salt block, anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes in the microwave.
Okay, good.
We're back to the salt blocks. I love it.
Right, and she asked, so I was just answering the question.
That's great. Good. Okay, let me see what Epona says. Epona is the fairy queen goddess who oversees and protects horses. Oh, see, it was during Rome too. Temples were built in her honor during Roman and Celtic eras where horses were essential to everyday life. Epona is also a protector of the environment and nature spirits. You can call upon her for help of any kind involving horses or to help you commune with with nature, fairies, crystals, or the environment. I didn't know she was the queen of crystals. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I think she was pretty fantastic.
Silver
And
Star said she works with her. Wow.
oh, lovely. We didn't.
And
None of us picked Diana. I'm sorry, but we won't forget her. But I. That's not a goddess that I related to. My main goddess is Isis. I have a real connection with all the goddesses of Egypt.
Which makes sense because we both were in Egypt.
Yeah, I apparently spent several lifetimes in Egypt, so I'm really into them.
I have another picture of Isis I just happened to pull out, if you
Cool.
don't mind.
Please.
This was this is a Kyle Gray, and this is the Isis. She's beautiful.
Right.
With the ankh.
She is gorgeous, and she was all about balance between career and motherhood. She was all about the balance in home life. She was the Egyptian goddess of feminine strength and power, but balance between work and play. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Let me see. I think I have one of her too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Here's mine. Now, how do you make that bigger? There.
Oops.
Yep. Flip it. There you go.
Oh, you have one of these. I see. Yes. Look at her. Wow. Wow.
And that's with her, what was her son's name? I can't remember. I can't remember. Okay, let me look at it. And then that's another one with the son. But you a lot of times you can see her nursing.
Yeah.
Horus. Sorry, Horus was her son.
Okay.
But she demonstrated a perfectly balanced life as a great spiritual teacher and devoted wife and mother to Osiris and Horus, respectively. Isis is a much revered Egyptian goddess who symbolizes feminine strength and power. And she can help you find enough time and energy to enjoy all aspects of your life if you'll ask her for assistance. So really, she's all about balancing everything. Beautiful lady.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have goddesses that come into my third eye. I have not seen goddesses.
No, the only one that comes to me that is like on a daily basis that I talk to, if I talk to or if they talk to me, is Kuan Yin.
She's your go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant.
And
Yeah.
Silver Star is saying Ishtar, Isis, Kuan Yin, Bridget are all Venus. Every is what I discovered. You mean
you're
Venus?
saying they're all basically the same energy.
Oh.
Can you clarify, please?
Do you remember that Venus? I told you. I didn't pull it out because it wasn't one of the things, but there's a lady Venus or something that is.
Yes.
She's a deity. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What's the difference?
Was she in this one?
No, she's not in this one.
Oh, Venus energy. She said Venus energy are all Venus energy, which is the feminine deity. Wow,
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Silver Star.
Thanks for that.
Thank you. Sorry, we couldn't figure that one out. And what's the difference between a deity and a goddess? That's just a different name for each,
Same
right?
thing, I think.
Okay.
That's how I would look at it. I don't know.
A deity to me could be either male or female or both.
Yeah, a deity can be both.
Completely both. Or you're saying goddess, it's strictly female.
It's a god or a goddess. But they're deities, aren't they?
Yeah, they're deities.
I don't know. We can Google it.
So
Okay.
does anybody want to share what god or goddess or deity that they resonate with? It doesn't have to be a feminine goddess. It could be.
And I'm assuming White Dragon resonates with Diana, since he mentioned her.
Yeah, share. And Silver Star Priestess, you must have. She said, "My left ear is ringing really loud, like the deafening kind." I'm having that this week too. It's like,
me too.
You know, the kind that like blocks everything else out. Like a
Mine's
real
actually
high.
my left. Oh, it's my left ear too. It's not my right. It's my left ear is much louder than the right ear today. I never know.
I know my right ear's in some ways better, but my left ear is the better ear. Depends on the hearing aid. The definition of a deity is a god or goddess.
There you go.
Very simple.
Oh, you'll have to put, yeah.
Diana is the new name of my ship. She picked it after conferring with Athena. Wow, White Dragon. Wow, your ship's name was Athena all this time, and now it's Diana.
No. The Athena's a different ship.
Oh,
he
like
just,
a mothership.
Transferred to another ship.
Oh, I see. So she asked the mothership to. Okay.
Basically.
Oh, cool. Look who's here. It's a frequency. I remember you. It's a frequency. Saraswati is your goddess. And nice. Very nice.
Beautiful. I don't know anything about Saraswati. Let me see if I can find her. I don't think I have her indexed.
And these Doreen Virtues goddess guidance oracle cards are where we're pulling some of these cards from. Yeah. And also Kyle Gray's
also using the Ascended Masters, Doreen Gray's Ascended Masters.
Yeah. And the Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray also has some. There's some in so many different decks. I couldn't pull them all, but
that's the reason I bought this deck, because I really didn't know the goddesses, but this would help because they're all goddesses, and the book, the cards give you a little bit, but the book tells you a lot more. So, crash course.
So what does it mean to have goddesses come to you or be a part of your life? They're here to remind us of one of the lessons or one of the reasons or one of the missions or purpose in life. And the Bodhisattva really resonated with me, and the compassion and seeing the light in everything, in other people, and showing them their light, reflecting back to them how the goodness in them and the divinity in them, and reminding them who they truly are inside. And this is like, if you guys haven't heard me say, feel the vibration and the frequency, I say it every show. I mean, it's all I want to tell people. I want to remind people and mirror to people and remind people of this. And it's really, and those goddesses being on my side and supporting me and reminding me that I am also part of Gaia, this pan deity, this can't remember the longer name of it, but I saw him as well, and that I'm so grounded into this earth as well, and it's that combination. But we as humans, we all are grounded on this earth, and this is probably why Heather came up with the salt blocks, is because it all plays a part. It all comes together. The goddesses are the energies and the consciousness that come down to help us
particularly right now.
Oh,
particularly right now, because we're moving in, the age of Aquarius is moving in, bringing back the divine feminine to balance out the divine masculine. So I really believe that all these goddesses are here, ready and waiting to help all of us blossom into what we're supposed to be, to show us that we're not just human, we're not just connected to Gaia, we are also connected to their goddess energy, to source, to everything.
and for me, there's a lot of personal lessons that I needed to get over. And, I touched on it, and I usually don't talk about that, but I had some, body image issues, and I was loathing looking in the mirror. And Lakshmi and Kuan Yin were there to remind me about the divine feminine that I am, and that I am who I am as I am, and I am still divine feminine no matter what shape, size, or form I come in. And it's really important, and it was hard for me to get over, but I couldn't hate myself and love others. I had to love myself and to have compassion for myself before I could love and have compassion for others. And I wouldn't be able to do this work if I didn't have that. And I do like Hypnicity said Sacagawea. I think definitely, I've got chills. I think definitely that she was a goddess and was guiding the male deity or the male aspect of humanity. Okay, this is where you need to get. No, I'm kidding. I love you, males, but
But it's true. It's so true. Oh, Lord.
I love her.
Yeah, thanks for bringing her up. Thanks for
That
all
was
your input, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, all the set the okay. Okay, girls decided on their own. Yeah. The feminine divine aspect, the divine feminine is always here and in all of us, whether we are male or female. It's just that there's a little bit of an imbalance going on at in humanity at this time, and it needs to be
You mean
rebalanced.
for the
And
last 26,000 years?
just
The
for the
imbalance
last
is
26,000 years,
yeah,
but
just for the last 26,000.
and the way that our ego is out of balance with our creative and spiritual side. This is the feminine side, and this is the divine masculine, which we need both. I mean, it's really required to have both, and we need it in balance. And this is what they keep telling me, and I said, no, I just want to go and travel and visit the other realms all the time and talk about it. And they're like, no, Jean, you need to get this analytical and balance it so that you can do both. You can do
Yeah.
the computer work, you can do the fact checking, and you can do the going. And or else I'd be in the other realms 24/7,
Well,
you
that's what
guys.
Heather was saying. It's so hard for her to ground because she'd much rather be there. So
So
get a
I
salt
make an
block.
effort, and like I said, I keep the
Get
stone
Jean some salt
in my
blocks.
pocket.
I'm sorry, Heather, what was that?
I said that's why I said that I keep the stone that Priscilla gave me in my pocket.
Oh,
They help
right,
keep me
right,
grounded.
Yeah. Sounds like Jean
right.
needs some salt blocks.
So Lark
Oh,
says,
lots of good too.
is a matriarch it matriarch that is feminine driven. I think a matriarch is just the description of the head of a family, a
Mhm.
feminine head of the
Head of
family.
family.
Mhm.
Or I guess of a group of people, you could call it
Oh,
a group of people, but mostly it seems like it's family.
interesting.
Those
And
in charge.
Silver Stars is so grateful I caught this live. Thank you, ladies. Mwah.
Why do you too? Thanks for being here. I
We
love it.
appreciate it. We really do.
Yeah.
So do we want to do one last what do I call it? A slideshow? Do we want to do a
If you've
slideshow,
got
or
any
do we
more,
want
I
to
don't have
end?
any more.
I know. I want to
Oh, I
just
love her. Send me that, please.
I will. And let me just oh wait, 1 second. I don't know if I can hit slideshow here.
And one other thing I wanted to say about the gods and goddesses, those energies you can call in just like you would call it in your regular guide. So don't be afraid to ask, because they don't normally come in unless we ask.
Exactly.
So be sure and
They're
ask
more
for
than
the
happy.
energy. They're ready and waiting for us to
Mhm.
ask.
And it's our human need to put a name to them, put a likeness to them, describe them. It's a consciousness, and we
Mhm.
feel like they're people, just like our pets. Our pets have consciousness. We feel like they're little people. We feel like they're part of the
Mhm.
family because they have such consciousness and we recognize them. But there's a consciousness to all of these gods and goddesses, and there's an energy, and there's a lesson, and there's a familiarity, and there's a love. There's just pure unconditional love that comes through them, and ways of life. Do this, don't do that. Be kind, don't be stingy. All of these
Basically,
things.
just don't be a jerk.
That's negative.
You should make your own deck, Priscilla. Get over it and don't be a jerk. What was it you said? Don't sweat the drama. Something about the drama you said, and I was like, so let
That
go of
was
the
the
drama.
card, not me. I was reading the card.
Yeah, yeah. But these things inspire me so much, you guys. And
I
when
love
I see
her.
that, I go, I know that. I know that. It resonates with me. And hopefully some of these will resonate with you. I know that some of them you've seen before in other aspects, and some of them are Tibetan. Some of them are from Nepal. Some of them are from India. And
Chinese, some are Indian, yeah.
and some
It
of them
doesn't
are,
matter. They
yeah.
don't These ascended masters, these goddesses, they don't care what religion, anything about any type of religion. It's all about the frequency. All about the high vibing. Beautiful.
So yeah, sorry about that one. Is that starting over again? Yeah, I think it's starting
Yeah,
over
starting
again.
over.
Okay.
And thanks so
So
much for being here today and doing that slideshow.
Yes.
that
Bringing
was
your energy to our show
Great.
today.
Appreciate
Always
it
so much
a lot.
So much fun, so much fun, so much fun. I was really ramped up from my show with Sherry, Trancing with Spirit. Please do go over and see that, sunpsychicgene.com or Sunpsychic Gene on YouTube. And it was a inspirational show for sure. And it was an educational show, and it was just pouring through us. So, and it all started with Rishi. You know Rishi, Lori? Rishi in the chat? He asked a question, and oh my gosh, it started the whole thing off. It was
Oh, how
really
fun.
it was magical. It really was. And then tomorrow I'm on with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, and I'm also hosting Sherry from Voices Up from the Swamp. And we're going to have a nice chat and pull some cards and have some fun. It's Memorial Day, y'all. What are y'all doing on Memorial Day weekend?
I'm taking my son out for his birthday dinner tonight. His birthday's
Wow,
tonight. That's what we're
very
we're
nice.
out tonight. But my granddaughter had surgery last week, so she's recovering now at home, and so we're all kind of trading places. And we went over there and had dinner last night, and then she's got another surgery next Tuesday. So
Ooh, is
hip,
it like in two parts, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like a 2-part surgery,
Mhm.
repairing her hips. We have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's a hypermobility issue, and it runs in
Mm.
my family. So, but she's doing great. She was up walking last night. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Looking out and
They
chilling.
do.
Christine says, "Ooh, that's a great idea." I picked up sushi.
My daughter and I are going over to some of her friends. They have barbecues every year, probably every
Oh,
spring and every summer.
fun.
And so we'll be going over there. It's like a potluck, except they cook all the meat and everybody else brings everything else, and it's just a big party.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that. And we're going to have a show on the asteroids that that are affecting us right now, that I don't think have ever affected Earth in the way that it is right now, because we've never
That's
been
true.
here before in space. So these asteroids are starting to have impact, and a lot of them are goddesses. They're mainly divine feminine asteroids. So we're going to have a show on that on Tuesday, and that's 3:00 Eastern, 1:00 Mountain.
When I was taking astrology, and it's two thick old books on it, but they didn't have anything except Chiron as far as asteroids go. So anybody as old as me, or who's taken any of the old courses, or they read the old books, they don't talk about the asteroids. So it's just a basic.
Yeah, it'll be a basic, and then that way we can expand on it with Valerie and Diana and all those ladies that are familiar with astrology. But we wanted to do something basic. Yeah, we wanted to do something basic because we're interested in it and have been for a while, and because of the divine feminine aspect of them. And I thought it fit in with the show, and so did Heather. So brilliant. I'm excited about that. It'll just be the basics to get us a little learning. And then next weekend on Saturday, our normal time, it'll be Juno will be our guest. So that should be a fun Saturday show as well.
Juno, or is it astrology again?
Is it? Oh, maybe it is astrology. I think you're right. I think it's the new moon. Oops. And then Juno after.
And then Juno.
Everybody have a great holiday weekend. Take care of yourselves. Make sure you're not doing stuff for everybody else and not for yourself. A little self-care, and spread the love. Jean, I hope you'll come back soon.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you, Linda. I am just a mirror to your soul. That's what I am. So thank you very much to all of you. And thank you, Priscilla and Heather. I'm a mirrors to your soul too. But we all knew that.
We all know that stuff anyway. I love you, and I'm so happy every time you come to visit. So thank you very much.
You're so sweet.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Bye.